Hey Facebook family, it's me. It's been a while, but here we are. And look at this gorgeous little tree in the background. God, I love Christmas. I would keep that thing up all year if I could. Maybe I might. I don't know. It took me a lot of effort to get that up by myself with the help of 2 toddlers. But anyway, I wanted to pop over here. It's been a while since I've done a live video, and I wanted to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is obviously growing and expanding a business. And in doing so, when you're growing and expanding your business, it's important that you identify the right time to add staff or employees or even an outsourcing agency to start helping with the running of things with your business. So a common mistake that I find that most solopreneurs or entrepreneurs who are new in their business making is that they are terrified of handing over any component of their business to someone else. They're scared not just to outsource, but to bring someone on board because they have a fear around, can I afford it? They have a fear around, I can't find, or I'm never going to find the right person with the right skill set and the right personality. And what if that person doesn't understand my brand? Or what if they leave? What if they take all my clients from me? They're just consumed with all these fears around the potential of bringing someone on board to help them manage their baby. I mean, your business is your baby, right? You put so much into it that it becomes something that you actually identify within your personality almost, that it can become really, really hard to actually hand off some of those pieces to another person or to another agency. And that kind of mentality and that fear-based mindset around handing off or including other people in your brand, in your business, and within your business family is going to prevent any type of growth. So I have never met anyone who truly, truly wanted to just be a solopreneur forever. I mean, that honestly would just be a freelancer. Or, I mean, I guess these days you can run an online boutique or a drop shipping company totally on your own. And that's fine. But if you have dreams of sustaining a multi-million-dollar or 6 or 7 figure business and lifestyle, then you've got to grow. You've got to grow beyond the point of just you running the entire thing. I also believe fully that entrepreneurs and business owners need to focus on growing their business and working on their business instead of in their business. So if you're finding that social media, email, scheduling, some of those day-to-day tasks of working in your business are consuming your entire mind and your energy, and it's draining you and pulling you away from actually thinking big picture, that's a big sign that you've got to start handing some of that off so that you can go be a CEO or a business owner and actually growing and sustaining your business. You will never be at a point where you can start thinking big picture or thinking about your 5-year goals or looking at your P&L and planning out your revenue or launching new initiatives that are going to be really creative and really sustainable or giving or valuable to your clients, your customers, unless you are in a position where your headspace is not consumed with all the daily to-dos. So let's talk about what it means to add someone onto your team. So I come from a corporate background where I spent 15 years-ish. You can hear my daughter in the background. She may pop over here in a minute. Within the HR environment. So I know very well all about, hiring and pulling in the right people and motivating them and all of that. In any business, especially that's going to grow or that you want to grow, you've got to pull in the right talent. So as I mentioned in the beginning, a lot of entrepreneurs and solopreneurs especially already have adopted this mindset or this fear that they're just not going to be able to find the right talent, or they're going to pull in someone and that's just going to drain them away or pull them away from actually running their business because they've got to train them and do all of this. But if you can find the right talent, and trust me, they are out there, if you can find the right talent and the right fit for your organization, then pull them on board and make it happen. Any addition to your staff or any addition to your team and to your business should be pulling in more sales as well. So if you are projecting out, let's talk about, 2018. This is a good time to start thinking about planning out, especially when you're adding to staff. When you're looking at your P&L or your projections for the year, she's whining back there, sorry. Start thinking about what an addition to staff is going to do to your bottom line. So if you are a photographer or a wedding planner, if you added another photographer or another wedding planner to your staff, how much more in sales can you expect to generate? If you expect to generate $5,000 extra a month, then you could very easily offset the cost of the $2,000 cost that you would expend to pulling on that person or that extra staff member on board. So don't think that where you are now, financially, especially within your business, can or may potentially limit you bringing people on board. Because remember, bringing people on board is going to allow you to make more money and to scale up your business. So I like to look at a P&L or a projection spreadsheet for a full year in advance. So if we're thinking about 2018, think of it as a calendar year, so January through December. And if you're looking at December, identify the amount of money you would like to be making at that time. Say this year you only made $100,000 in your business, but next year you would like to make $500,000. And why not, right? Think big. Think about the business that you actually want and remove all those limitations, okay? Excuse me. So if we know that in December, at the end of next year, you want to be making $500,000, go ahead and fill in your expenses, the number of clients that you need to make that happen, the kind of revenue that you'll be pulling in from the number of projects and the number of clients and the number of events or whatever you might have going on in your business. What's required in order for your business to be making that $500,000 mark? Now, obviously, you can't do that alone. You've got to add people to your staff throughout the year to make that happen. So figure out what you're going to have to be bringing in to your business in order to make sense of the cost or to be able to afford bringing on the number of people that you need to make it happen. And then figure out how many people exactly you need in order to make that amount of money, in order to reach that money goal. So if you want to make $500,000 next year in your business, that might mean once you sit down and look at your expenses, your revenue, the potential for new sales and the new increase in the scale up of your business, look at what it's going to cost you to pay for those 3 extra people. Or it might be 5, it might be 10, it might just be 1. But figure out very granularly, is that a word? Get really specific on a spreadsheet. Look at your numbers. Look at what it's going to cost. Look at what the payroll expenses are going to be. Look at all of the costs associated with bringing on that new talent, but also look at what they're going to bring in. Because this isn't just a cost. Don't see employees or an add to staff as just a hit to your bottom line, because that's not what it is. You're not going to stay at this $100,000 mark that you're in now with an added cost of 1 to 2 more people. Any addition to your staff should be an increase to your sales. So think of it that way, and you've got to plan it out that way as a CEO. You've got to think much bigger picture. Also, if you're thinking about adding to your staff in relation to sales, you also want to identify specifically what those people are going to be doing. So you might have this idea of, I would love an assistant to help run the day-to-day stuff so that I can go out and make more sales and attend to my clients more, or to go source new products for my boutique or whatever it might be. You've got to figure out how they're going to help you make more sales. So if they aren't specifically out there making the sales, however, they're allowing you to have the time to go out and make those sales, put all of that in a job description and define it very, very specifically. And write your new job description as well. So the job that you're doing today as a solopreneur is going to change drastically once you bring on another person, an assistant, another project manager, whoever it might be. Because it's going to free your time up from doing all of those day-to-day things and the social media, the emails, the scheduling, all the admin stuff, so that you can go do big things like sales and marketing and exposure and networking, which are going to lead to more income within your business. So get really, really specific about not just what your new people are going to be doing, but what you're going to be doing, because your job should change too as you add people to your staff or as you outsource certain things. If you outsource your social media, for instance, your job should not still be stuck in managing all the things. You should be out there making more sales and networking with people and pulling in more clients into your business. So I guess the bottom line equation is, don't just think of adding people to your staff as, I can't afford it, or it's just going to be a huge hit to my bottom line. I can't sustain that kind of cost right now. Step out of the weeds for a minute, look at the big picture, and realize that adding to your team is going to add the money to be able to afford it, and then some. So you should always be scaling up and growing your business. And don't just think about 2018 either. Think about 2019, 2020. Think about the legacy that you're going to leave. And you don't have to, and I'm not saying or suggesting that you should anticipate growing your business to an empire. You can if you want to. If you want to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of employees in the next 10 years, cool, go do that. But if you just want 1 or 2, maybe 5 within the next 5 years, then scale up for that and create a plan to do that. And remember that the cost is going to bring you much more money in the long run, and is going to give you the lifestyle and the ability to run this business as a business owner and not just an administrator. Because no one started a business just to run emails and website updates and social media all day. That's not your job as a business owner. You should be building and scaling a business that's going to meet your goals, meet your ideals for what you want in your business, and you should be growing your team year over year, month over month, in a way that feels right and feels good for you. Now, I could talk about finding the right fit and finding the right employees and recruiting and all of that, but I think that's a topic for another day. I just want you to change your mindset about what it means to scale up and to think bigger and to think of your business as more than just a solopreneur enterprise. Okay, it doesn't have to be just you. And it's okay to hand off some of the minutia to other people to allow you to do what it is you're an expert in. Okay, you didn't enter a business to become an expert in social media. You entered a business to do what it is that you're passionate about, what you are intrinsically skilled in. That's why you're here. That's why you're building this business, and that's why you're doing what you're doing. So hand off all the little stuff to other people so that they can do their thing, and release your time and your mindset and your energy and your focus from all of that stuff and the fluff that's keeping you from going out and actually scaling and building out your business. So think bigger for 2018. Start considering adding people to your staff, and get rid of that mentality that you can't afford it, because it's just false. You've got to think of it in terms, or pretend like you're the CFO of your own business, right? Look at your bottom line, look at your numbers, and look at how your sales and your scalability is going to be impacted by adding more people. Because there's, what's the saying? There's power in numbers, and it's so true. Think about how many more sales you could land and how much more money you could make as a business owner if there were several of you. If there's just one of you now, think about if you had 3 of you, what that could mean for your bottom line. And it will more than pay for itself, trust me. So I hope that helped you. I hope that offered some insight as to how you could start thinking about your business differently if you are a solopreneur, and how to start acting like a business owner within your own business and not just a day-to-day secretary or administrator. I want you to think bigger picture and start developing this out to be something that's much more grand than a one-woman show, because you can't do it all yourself. You can't be happy doing it all yourself. You are meant for a much bigger thing. So it's important that you allow other people into your life, start attracting the right fit, the right talent into your organization, and you're going to find that this thing grows naturally and organically in a way that really fills you up, while also filling up your bank account as well. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, right? All right, so this concludes today's talk about adding to staff, and I hope that helps you. If you have any questions or comments or ideas about, adding to your team, growing your business, and switching that mindset from solopreneur to business owner, drop them in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.